I think data is going to become more and more important. One, to build trust with journalists, to prove that, hey, this angle does have some footing in the real world. And two, to build trust with customers. You may have the best product in the world, but do you have the data to back it up that your product is actually helping people solve problems and make their lives better? I was actually a music business major. I wanted to be a music manager and go into the music industry. And as I was about to graduate and transfer from a community college to a university, on deciding upon what exactly I was going to transfer to, my music business professor said that, you know what, you should become a publicist because you have a more stable income than a music manager, right? And so, I definitely considered it, and it was, I was a good writer. I love writing, and it's something that I love to do. So I decided to become a public relations majored in journalism with a concentration in public relations, got my bachelor's, and then did an internship with a entertainment PR firm where I actually worked with Lisa Vanderpump from the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. So that was cool. And then from there, I actually went to a tech PR firm, because it offered me a little bit more opportunity. And I started working with consumer tech clients and like apps and, products and things like that. And then eventually I found crypto. And started working with a Bitcoin ATM company. And, I was no crypto early adopter. I didn't know anything about it. And I learned so much about this new system of digital currency that's evolving. And that's when Coinme took notice of me as a candidate, because I knew about a Bitcoin ATM. And Coinme, what we do is basically we work with Coinstar and MoneyGram in the United States to offer the sale of cryptocurrency with cash. So it's giving access to people who may not have access to digital finance. I got hired in-house, and now I recently got promoted to manager of communications and brands. And here I am. So that came when I was at the first tech PR firm I was at when I was an assistant account executive, in charge of doing all the reporting for our clients. We did weekly and monthly reports. And, the CEO, when we were a smaller tech PR firm, we constantly had to prove our ROI to our clients to retain them. And so we got this platform called Air PR, and it pulled in the coverage, and it showed, what the monthly visitors of the publications were, and then something called ad equivalency, which means basically, if you were to spend, this is how much you would have to spend to get this much ad space based on the PR that you got. And it was a really powerful tool to show ROI to our clients. I remember the CEO was trying to up the retainer of one of the clients and expand our work with them, and she showed the ROI, the ad equivalency that we were producing for him, and it convinced him to up the retainer. So it was a really powerful data point to prove ROI. At the last PR firm I was at, I learned that data is a really good tool to use with the media. I point to data in my pitch to kind of support the angle that I'm trying to convey to them. And it's a really good proof point. And it's also a way to get into the news. So a client, back to that Bitcoin ATM provider I was working with at the PR firm, they didn't have any announcements or news to promote. So we decided, okay, let's make some news. Let's run a survey. This was back when the pandemic was starting, and people were saying there was like a coin shortage, and people were turning to digital payments and e-commerce, and so people were saying cash is dying, and we wanted to see, well, is it really dying? And so we did a survey to see people's cash usage, if they were actually using cash, if they carried cash. And it turns out, yes, they still use cash, but there was a pivot going to digital payment because of e-commerce and contactless payments and things like that. And we were able to take that data, do a press release, and pitch it to the media and get them coverage based on that. So I learned that, surveys are really powerful tools to get data to then pitch to the media. In terms of data points, for what I do for coverage, I would say the monthly visitors of a publication, knowing that data, it helps me convey to, the executive that I'm trying to get to do the interview. Hey, this publication is worthwhile. We should do it. Also, share of voice. I get quite competitive with it because it's basically a pie chart of what share of voice we have among our competitors. And, I love to see if we're dominating that week. It makes me feel good and that my team is really, pitching good and working. So yeah, I think those are the two data points that are my favorite. For data, we were using Meltwater, but we recently turned to Cision. Cision bought TrendKite years back, and I really loved TrendKite. So yeah, they now own it, and we use it now. Basically, read the news. Definitely keep reading the news. It'll make you a better PR professional. If you're looking to start in PR, firms are really great training grounds as you figure out what vertical that you want to go into. They offer you exposure to different ones. So it's really great to start at a firm, and always, always, always ask for the data. Your clients and the companies, they have it internally. You just have to ask for it, and you can get some meaningful insights from it and then turn that into a pitch to get some coverage. So always ask for the data.